Great to have you on another edition of the program BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayonde. Whether we like it or not, the cinemas are back in Nigeria and they are waxing stronger, springing up and thriving even in the most unlikely places. BOI Weekly heads back to the cinemas, and today we'll take you to VIVA Cinemas in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. They have also opened a branch in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, which I'm told is raking in twice as much revenue as the outlets in Ibadan. Sounds strange, right? I spoke with Rian Erasmus, the general manager, who tells me about their business model, which is informed by their study of consumer behavior of their host cities, plus other issues relating to the cinema industry, as well as what he considers threats to the enterprise. He categorically told me that Viva Cinema is now a reality because the Bank of Industry came to the rescue. Stay close for all the details. Mr. Rian Erasmus, thank you for coming on BOI Weekly.
Thank you very much.
So how would you tell a potential customer about Viva Entertainment?
Viva Cinemas was the initiative, and the idea was created through that we believed Nigerians are ready, the consumer or the audience are ready for something better. Nigerians are well traveled. Social media, smartphones is as active as anywhere else in the world. So I believe the teenagers, middle age, are very understanding of what goes out in the world. And so what we believed is that Viva was created and founded through that we want to give Nigerians a better experience. When we designed Viva Entertainment, the cinemas, as you can see, the chairs are colorful, bright. We believe that we want a clean environment. We want an experience whereby you can come and experience a movie like anywhere else in the world. And that was our key focus. But we wanted to make it vibrant. We want the experience to last because we believe you can do it better than your competition. We don't have to be bigger, but we want to be better. So in every element that we designed, Viva Cinema, we wanted to give the consumer a better experience. Our chairs are one of the best designs in the world. These chairs are distributed across a lot of countries, through the Middle Far East and Europe. The sound that we sourced is Christie Sound, which is probably one of the best audio systems money can buy. So I believe when our consumer walks into Viva Entertainment, it will be totally an awesome experience, what they expected from what they see in the world.
Is it a matter of semantics? Viva Entertainment, Viva Cinemas?
Yes, we called it Viva Entertainment because we believe you're not just coming for a cinema experience. We want the consumer to come in to experience our concession counters, whereby we sell various snacks and FMCG items. We want them to, let's call it, hang around in our entertainment area, and then obviously have a brilliant experience with your girlfriend, with your wife, so they can come into our cinemas and experience a world-class experience.
How widespread are your outlets?
We currently have 2 cinema houses, one in Ilorin, Kwara, and then obviously in Ibadan. We fundamentally open up in these two cities because our mother company is we develop shopping malls, and from shopping malls our shopping malls are world class. We spend a lot of money on design, concept, understanding the consumer so they can behave or the behavioral experience that they can experience should be world class. It's one thing to develop a beautiful shopping mall, but it's also very important to have the right contents in that mall, and that's the reason why we started with the first one in Quara, the second one in Baden, whereby we believed, okay, we've built a brilliant shopping mall. Now let's put the right cinema house into this shopping mall, and we believe that there was the current offering in Nigeria is not what we believe to be exceptional or to be expected, like I've explained earlier. So that's the reason why we've opened up in Quara and Baden.
No doubt, when you want to consider a business, whether for passion or for anything, one must consider the money and who is going to pay for a particular service. Now, one would have thought that you would come to Lagos or Port Harcourt or even look to Abuja to situate your cinema. Why did you choose places like Ibadan and Ilorin?
I think one could answer the same or could express it in a different angle. If you take smartphones in Nigeria, in most parts of the world, smartphones is really not a luxury item, but it's really not a necessity. And if you look at smartphones in Nigeria, it's one of the biggest users in the world, under the top 10, for a simple reason that there's a huge aspirational individual that gets developed through Nigeria, and Nigerians believe that aspirational market or that aspirational thought process that they have is vital. So if you look at where we've opened up these cinemas, we've also opened up shopping malls in those same environments. And one can argue and say, but why didn't we open up in Lagos? But in the same sense, if you take Ibadan, I mean, Ibadan is one of the most polluted countries or cities in Nigeria. Yes, maybe it doesn't have the spend that Lagos have, but in the same sense, the pricing of cinemas, and because we created this business model of a very competitive pricing, an aggressive pricing system or ticketing system, that we believe even the poor or the not even middle class, the average Nigerian can actually come and watch a movie, and with a free popcorn for 500 nairas. And obviously you've seen the crowds outside. People love it. People accept the pricing to be very, very relevant to their pocket, and that's why we believe that we can do that. Obviously, as a business model, we need volumes. As you can see, our seatings for Quara is nearly over 600. Our seating in Ibadan is close to 400. So we got enough seats to entertain people. We need it full, and for that reason, we want to draw the crowds. There's enough people to come and fill this film houses, and that's our philosophy. We also believe that between Ibadan and Quara, both sites that we've opened up, is that there's still a very big opportunity to develop such a business in environments like this. One can argue and say Lagos is definitely the hub of Nigeria, with Abuja and Port Harcourt, which is the official capital, Abuja. But in the same sense, no one else wants to take the opportunity, and we believe, let us take that opportunity. We've built shopping malls. Let's develop it further and create a beautiful brand. No argument that anything must make business sense. But we've seen a significant growth from when we started right up to now, which is about a year later, and we like what we see. It proves the point that you don't have to be in the capital to actually make it a successful business model. Nigeria has one brilliant advantage towards it, and that is we've got a lot of people in this country, over 170, 80 million, depending who counts. And you've got a city like Ibadan, which is close to 8, 9 million, also depending who counts. But who feeds 9 million people? Who clothes 9 million people? Who gives 9 million people entertainment? And that's the question that we ask. And we believe we are that solution to the Ibadan community. I mean, Yoruba is obviously the language of preference here. So we are developing days just for Yoruba movies, whereby we bring local artists to a film house like VIVA cinemas. The average Nigerian can actually start in touching and feeling and being close to an actor, taking a lot of photos, being privileged to have an experience of someone famous close to them, and they love it. We've done it. We're still doing it. We're going to do it in the future. They love it, and that's what we believe is fundamentals of developing that business model.
Is this venture profitable without the add-ons, the concessions that you have by the side?
I would say that just the cinema business itself without concessions will be a very, very difficult model to make it sustainable. I don't believe, in my own opinion, that you can run a cinema without the add-ons. Due to the structure of the agreements between Bollywood, Hollywood, Nollywood, all the studios out there, it's a very dictative business model, in the sense that you cannot really dictate to the studios what the percentage revenue sharing would be. And that makes it very, very, very competitive, not just for us, but for them as well, because the ratio is normally 50 to 55% that we start sharing the revenue. If you develop a brand or you develop a business brand, it's very difficult to really grow a business model if you are not in a position of bargaining. And that's exactly why just showing films will not be good enough. So our key focus is on concessions, the add-ons, as they would call it. We expect that